All right, welcome as we come into our Girl by Moonlight. I mean, very much fun as this is a one shot that we're gonna have some fun at the GM Balonis here as we're all ready to go and to play the Insanity. So real quick, we've got our playbooks all ready to go and ready to get into this insanity, I think. So, it is time as we introduce our world and exactly what is happening. So, without much more things, we'll get into the fun as we hit all of our characters. The stars watch over this world from the very beginning, always looking down. They have been named by countless civilizations and people over and over and over. Names given and forgotten, rediscovered, put on once more, codified, defined. Some say the stars we see don't even exist. We are simply seeing the light of them as they themselves are long, long dead. But what do they see? Does their light reflect back? And could the stars intercede upon behalf of a world they have seen move and shape forever? In our current world, it is somewhat like the modern day world you know. Things have taken root. Technology and innovation has slowed. More so, some say, than it ever had during the dark ages of this world, though what we have achieved remains. Nothing new has been made in decades. Here in Takayo, the mega city of the future, it is the most advanced, but it's had no advances in 30 years. As such, tradition and order have become ruled here and throughout the world. For we can no longer depend on new ideas or innovations to change things. No technology to benefit the world or to lift people out of circumstance. And our power sources have grown low. In this world, it is your duty to those who came before, to your role, sometimes to your family, to the profession and light that they brought to this world, that is most important. Fences surround all. And only the very tippy tops of buildings and houses can see over the gates. People walk, not saying hi, not greeting, often alone. For it is what you can bring. And in this world where things get ever shorter in supply, everyone mostly holds on to what it is they need. Or no one has resources to help another. Your duty is to yourself. This phrase seen above many a subway and above many a high school makes a tapestry that is cold, especially to young ones. But not just any, those who have a light in their hearts. And the question is, will that light, like the stars, burn out? Or has it already has burned? Is it what we see? Is it just what is being expelled from a core long dead? Is that what our world is? Or is there still burning gases of power, light, and heavenly energy that can still shape our world? The stars above have found 5 heroes to embody the power of the stars. They have been selected. Though one resists, and their tale is one that we will come to, but not today. But they stand in opposition, not simply to this world, but their power has come because of a darkness from the far, far future. A place where take care of yourself. The tradition and order has gone so awry that all resources have run out. So the last resource is the past. The last innovation is time travel, where they can come and sanitize the world and take the resources to make the future last a little longer. The selected 5 to change this by the stars above. The Akatsuki go. And this is their story. So, we start. Everyone roll me a d6, and with the highest roll, we'll go with here.
That would be a 6.
I did a 1.
5.
5. Three fives, a 6, and a 1.
Okay, who got highest?
Bill.
Bill. So Zim.
Yep.
All right, Zim, we're going to start off in our play with your obligation roll. So as a reminder, as we play through this obligation, any side protagonist we can bring in is going to be best as we kind of figure some of this out a little bit. So what we want to start with is your lowest attribute.
So that is a tie between moon and stars.
Okay, so you can pick.
I'm trying to remind myself what they are. Despair and heartbreak. Oh, we're going to do stars. Panic and social pressure.
Okay, perfectly. So what do you have in stars?
I have one, right? Because
One.
it's however many dots I have on the
Yeah.
far left. So I have one.
That's it. Roll it. Well, one die for me.
Okay. That's a 1.
Haha. Okay. So that means that you immediately take 5 stress.
Okay. Yay. All right. Fantastic.
All right. This represents the world that things are happening. So, what's some stuff that you might have anxiety around there, Zim?
So Zim is in the past to her. She is a time traveler. She was a grunt working for these beings in the future that are sending their influence back. And she basically snuck in one day and got thrown into the past.
Okay.
And she's been trying to figure out, now that she's done this and she sees what's going on, she has been trying to figure out a way to stop what happens in the future. That is, she knows a few things. She knows about, when she first came back, she knew about a girl named Yuki, and that it was important that Yuki find her soulmate. So she's trying to track that down. But in a day-to-day type situation, she's been going to high school. She knows a lot about current events because they're history for her. So one of the teachers have sort of given her the honor, i.e. pressured her, into helping as almost like a teaching assistant in the classroom. And she's trying to balance that with trying to figure out what timeline she's in. So she's staying up late at night. She's has to get up early to get into school. So I think this morning she is running late. She runs out of the apartment she's staying in by herself. She has no family here, with piece of white bread hanging out of her mouth, full on, to get to her little scooter. She's got a tiny little scooter, puts a giant helmet on, gets on the scooter, and is trying to get to the class as quickly as possible.
Okay. Excellent. So, you are zooming your way as fast as you can. Legs paddling. We see various stoplights turning, cars beeping as you're zooming across the best you can. As we go, hey! And as you have your eyes situated directly ahead, there is a sudden stop you feel, a break in your momentum as you look down and you can see a long, thin bat that has been shoved into your spokes unexpectedly as you find yourself tumbling over and over, hitting the pavement, and then briefly before coming into a garden hedge that scratches you up. Nothing broken, but you're dirty. Some of your school books go off, but your uniform is essentially ripped. And there, standing in uniform covered by a open jersey that bears the high school mascot, which is a giant owl. They is your someone who is in the class that was the smartest before you had arrived before your portal. This is Asuke. As she looks down and goes, That's the smartest for the class for you.
Oh, I'm so sorry. She gets up, is trying to collect her books. I'm so sorry. Did I almost run into you? I was just trying to get to class as quickly as possible. I wasn't watching where I was going. I'm so sorry. I'm trying to pull everything together.
Idiot. I don't even know when someone is sabotaging you. Get it together. If you don't take for yourself here, nothing will be given to you. You just think that because you're smarter, you deserve to be the head? What have you done to take it? Nothing. She goes, you better toughen up. She laughs as two girls on either side of her kind of look dutifully to her and look at you. Go, better just get out of her way. What's Zim going through with that?
Zim wants to say, I didn't want to be the teacher's assistant. I didn't. It's not just I didn't want to take it. I didn't want it. They made me. But she can't get it out. Mm-hmm. So she's just, right, thank you. Yep. I understand. And she's not looking. She's not looking this girl in the eyes at all. She's just sort of trying to, oh dear, I know my, and it's, she's getting the pressure from this girl, but the problem is for Zim, it's only one of about 10 things going through her head, because she's also thinking, my uniform's ripped and I'm going to get yelled at now because of that. And, oh, I hope the scooter's okay. Oh, I hope this doesn't get infected. And it's too many thoughts. And so she's mechanically getting herself together because she has to keep going. But sort of mentally and emotionally, she is like frozen. So she can barely really respond. Because she's just kind of acting on instinct to just, I have to keep going. I have to get to class. I can't let them, I have to stay in line, because if they start wondering if there's something wrong with me, then they might find out that I'm living alone and that I don't actually have parents, because, well, it was the pods back in the future were my parents. I don't know who my parents are, but I don't have any here. So, and yeah, okay. I just need to. It's just too much. Mm-hmm. I'm just having an internal panic attack.
Absolutely. In that case, next here is so who got that 5?
Haruka, Keiko,
Everyone
and
except for
Kyoka.
Kyoka, yeah.
Okay. I'm just going to start picking. So we got the first one. We're going to go right over there to Haruka. And what are we rolling?
You said the lowest?
Yes.
I'm gonna do fun. That I have only one. So I just roll a single die, right?
Yep.
Okay. 5.
Okay, very nice. So that is 1 stress.
Okay.
Here. And then what was what was the attribute you rolled?
Sun.
Sun. Very cool. So all right. So sun involves scary people, circumstances, or is physically taxing a little bit here. So given that, where do we think we'd place Haruka here?
I'd say she's in the middle of the courtyard outside of the high school. She's listening to all the gossip and all the lying that's going on, which goes against her code. And that is she's trying so hard not to get into any confrontations, trying to not get triggered by hearing so many lies and gossip going around the courtyard.
Absolutely. All right. As the lies and gossip are pushing around, yeah, one. I think one hits your ears here a little bit, and you hear kind of whispered, here's so what do you think? I mean, you've seen Aoka and Yuki sneak off all the time. Like, what is their deal? Are they trying to? I bet they're trying to take over or something. Go beyond. They don't know their place. They are trash. Yeah, I heard that they're trying to pursue like being like. I heard they told their parents that they didn't want to do the family thing. How irresponsible can they possibly be?
I think as she's walking, if she would make a point as she's walking towards the door of the school and just shoulder check to the back of one of them that was involved in that conversation.
Absolutely. With this, I want to go ahead and get a roll from you for that. Then we want to go to our moves.
Moves.
So I think, well, that's going to be express or defy, possibly here.
I'd prefer defy, but I can do express.
I think defy is fine. Trying to defy what's happening here.
All right, I've got 1 dot on that, so I'm rolling a single die for a 2.
A 2, you said?
Yes.
Okay. So you go to absolutely shoulder check, and they see you, and the last moment they push back and take their foot and ram it into your ankles as Haruku goes forward and goes face first down as everyone looks. Oh, look at her. The one that likes to run away with people trying to assert themselves. Listen, you got to choose. Either you're going to be one of us or you're going to be trash. And, well, frankly, you can't have it both ways. You're going to be gushy, then be gushy and soft and pliable so we can put you wherever that you might fit. But know your place and don't start up. As they kind of go and walk away. Laughing. And with that, let's go over to Kyoka.
Okay.
So this is your lowest stat. You can tell me what it is and roll it.
That's moon.
All right.
And I rolled 3.
Okay. So there's going to be 3 stress that you take on.
Okay.
And so, what might break your heart or drive you to despair?
I guess like Kyoka is sort of like an overachiever in a sense. She works really hard towards being the best anywhere, and especially towards Haruka, who is sort of her rival, and it will break her to see that someone else is torturing Haruka in any sense.
Okay. Someone else is doing that. I see. So you could sort of see this happen. Then, what would be your reaction to it if we're going to link these two scenes?
I guess like before they leave the scene, like before they totally walk away, can Kyoko try to like just give them a really hard look and be like, you think you're so much better than her? You're nothing but trash, that sort of thing.
Oh, I didn't. Let's totally do this. So interesting. I guess we will go into. We could do a Defy or Express, I think, for this.
Okay. I'll do. Oh, both are the same. I just.
Do you have one in both, or do you have 0 in both?
I have one in both.
There you go.
That's 5.
Okay. Very good. So, just say this. They come up and they're like, well, what do you care? You care about somebody? Or do you have your little feelings? Oh, that's right. That's right. You are trying to be better. Excellence. And people laugh. They're like, you go, fine. We'll leave her alone. But as they get like really, really close, I already beat your record.
Kyoko is like fuming at this moment. She's so angry. But she holds herself back to remind herself that she can't show any much emotion towards what they've done to Haruka and everything like that. So she's not supposed to outright say things like that. So I guess she will like take off her jacket, throw it to Haruka, who's fallen on her face, and probably like, dirty her clothes a little bit, and say, "Clean yourself up. It hurts my eyes."
She would. And you don't have to be so public about it.
Seeing this, you can tell there are some who are just starting like freshmen here who are just sort of looking at this, and they have on their wrists these slap bracelets essentially that have constellations on them. This is the unlicensed merchandise of the Akatsuki Go-Go that has been occasionally passed around for a few of the things that you all have done and been seen with. And there's just this. One of the last things you kind of hear as they kind of go off to their classes is, on the news, they always say that there's hope. And if we can't even have friendship in our high school, if people treat each other like that, looking at the two of you, then what hope is there for this world? As they kind of move along, depressed and in a sort of state of despair. And with that, we'll go over to Yuki. I need your lowest attribute.
Okay, but I'm gonna but you. When I roll obligation, I always roll stars.
Oh, there you go.
So I have 2 dots in obligation or in stars.
Nice.
So how many d6s is that?
2 dots, 2d6.
2d6? Okay. Let's see what I get. Boink. 5.
Oh, very nice. You're going to get a single stress.
All right.
So you said your stars.
Mm-hmm.
So this is going to put you under social pressure, or is it going to set off your anxiety?
Okay. I think she's gonna she's going to her anxiety. Her anxiety is gonna set off her anxiety. And what sets off her anxiety is that Zim's scooter has been hurt. She's over there patting it. Are you okay? I was like, it's okay. They're so mean. I know they're so mean. Like, are you okay? Here, let's pick you up. Get that. I'm sorry, Bat. This is gonna hurt.
Okay, so you outright are kind of grabbing that, taking them up here.
Yeah.
And as you do, there are essentially other people who are late, as the two of you or end up being, for you having to help them with this, a few minutes behind schedule. And there are these stairs of just like, and whispers, seeing that you're helping Zim here.
She's not helping Zim. She's helping Bianca, her scooter.
That's not what they're seeing. And you see this good, like, you got to brush it off, and they're sort of looking. And they approach. They go, "What are you doing?" They fell.
No, Bianca didn't fall. Look, somebody put a bat in her tire.
And at this, they look, and then they get like this smile as they kind of stand up straight. Go, preserve what we have, because not much more is being made. That's right, Yuki. And they kind of smile. They go, "You're a good example for all of us." And the one they kind of part, and you see this one young boy, blonde, short hair, black eyes, in this full white uniform that's over the school one, that's decorate these red button pins, some of fire, some of swords. They often would take off when he has to actually go in, but puts it on whenever a teacher's not looking. And goes, "Huh. You'd be a good for the patrol. I'll speak to Teacher Sensen about it. Good day."
Zim, you need to take better care of your scooter. They scooters are friends.
Zim is like literally clutching her books to her chest, and is just all the attention that was just on them. She's just shaking. I have to get to class. I'll make sure to take better care of the scooter. Okay.
Let me help you. As she starts pushing the scooter. The least I could do is make sure it's safe. Completely oblivious to everything that was just said to her and what it all means. She just had this look of utter confusion on her face with them talking to her.
Perfect. All right. Then over to Keiko.
Hello.
So, give me your attribute roll. Tell me what it'll be. This will be your lowest, unless you have something else.
Stars.
Okay.
What do I roll?
What do you have in stars?
Nothing.
Oh, so roll 2d6 and take the lowest.
Not here. 5.
Oh, very nice. That's your
I've made-
lowest? Very
I've
good.
made 3 rolls today. They've all been 5.
Amazing. So then you take 1 stress.
Where do I put that? Just on the top thing here?
There's a stress thing.
Yeah, there's a stress bar that you can. It's down underneath
Oh.
your bio.
Okay. All right. Got it.
Very cool. So you said this is stars, and this is gonna put you under some type of social pressure or set off your anxiety. So what do you think?
Let's see here. Oh, so I pick one.
Well, you just something, a situation based off of a lot of the fiction we've already kind of got into
Okay.
or whatever of what might be there.
Sure. I guess if it was anxiety, it would be a threat to like a loved one or maybe self-doubt. And if it was something like pressure, it would probably be more like their need to be protective or decisive or stability, social expectations, fear of failure, if any of those strike.
Okay, so that's happening. And what type of student is Keiko?
Keiko is a straight A student. She is probably a member of any type of club that would be like the welcoming committee, if you will. She kind of goes out of her way to be nice to everyone and is very nurturing of younger students.
Gotcha.
She's everyone's big sister.
All right, and then okay. All right. As you are going about, so there's a group of students you are talking to. For a lot of them, it's their first day. Their school has been going on a little bit here, and you have you're giving them so I'll say you're in the midst of giving them kind of your Keiko's orientation. What do we hear? What's that sounding like?
And this is the entrance door that you will be taking every day. You can choose either the right side or the left side, your decision. And as you walk in, you will see our beautiful plant arrangements. These are updated every day, and they are also watered every day. And that's usually from student volunteers, but nobody ever really volunteers. So I usually get here extra early to make sure it's done. If you see here, there is, that is, of course, our esteemed headmaster or whatever.
Headmaster, you said it. Let's go.
Okay. And yes, there goes the our lovely drama club, who placed 15th last year overall in this part of the county. And this is our soda machine.
Headmaster begins coming and goes, Miss Keiko, a word.
Oh, yes, Headmaster. If you'll excuse me, the Headmaster has summoned me over.
They heard me anyway. Now, I see you've made yourself the ambassador no one asked for again.
Yes, well, I noticed nobody was really helping the new students get adjusted, and I thought, hey, I'll take the initiative and make sure everyone's, because I've noticed, Headmaster, that a lot of students are having their uniforms all ruined and cut up at times when they come in. And so I've brought extra uniforms for people. I keep them inside of a big duffel bag. And that way I have them available for anyone who might find trouble on the way to school, and they can have a fresh, clean, pressed uniform ready to go.
It looks here, and this is Headmaster Reinfeld seems to contemplate. His face darkens and frowns. And he takes up his hand very high and smacks the uniforms out of your hands and bag, and they go flying all around. And he takes this can of pear juice mixed with cranberry that he has, and he takes it and he turns the can and breaks it open and pours this deep red juice all over them and stomps.
I like the new color, sir. I didn't realize these were the wrong color.
Now they are the wrong color, Miss Keiko.
I will clean them right away.
Listen, you aren't here to relieve others. The school's job is to teach people to think and be for themselves. You may think you are helping others. You may think what you're doing is a kindness. It used to be this way. Many people thought that until this grand place realized that such thinking would only lead to disaster and the weakness of the heart and of character. Strength comes from self-sufficiency, Miss Keiko. Not sufficiency and reliance upon another, and certainly of all others they could rely on, you would be the one that would hurt them the most. So, this is your warning, and I hope a lesson to stop. If a student is incapable of maintaining their uniform from a simple trip from their home to school, the consequences are theirs to bear, and this is meant to shape them. Do you understand?
Partly. Follow-up question?
Yes, Miss Keiko.
Well, you said that we should strive for how strength comes from the self. But if that's true, then I should ignore your suggestion, right? Otherwise, my strength comes from your advice.
Give me an express.
All right. Let's see. How do I do this? Okay. I am not proficient. So I roll 2d6, right?
Close, yeah.
All right. 5. I rolled a 6 and a 5.
Okay. So partial as I go. Detention. As he walks away.
I've never taught detention before. This will be interesting. She scratches her head. I'll have to come up with a lesson plan. Gotta continue the tour. So she goes right back to helping the students get adjusted.
As he goes off, not wanting to waste his time with a student who is probably not worth it. As he continues.
I almost spit out my drink when you said that, Jackie.
I love it. I love it. So now we will move over to the downtime, as it were. So over into this phase here. One sec. Sorry, what?
It finally
Oh.
came out.
Good girl.
Really?
Here we go. Perfect. Okay, so in the downtime, we're going to go and figure out exactly what your characters are doing. You've got some activities and suggestions, but this is, you can kind of tell me, this would be probably where you all would be kind of after school. Or if you want to, you can kind of be in the mall, your secret hideout, and that type of thing. Where would like to go for this?
Do we have to? Wouldn't we have to wait for Keiko after school for her to get done with her?
Yeah, maybe she comes in last week and figure out how we'd like to do that. Yeah. So you waiting to go into the mall? Is that sort of what you're thinking?
Yeah. Yeah.
That works.
We gotta wait for Keiko again.
I got a great idea. It'll work.
Why is she always in detention?
Okay, perfect. So you're outside the mall here waiting to go in because you always go in together. So during here, as you just sort of understand, this is time to pursue personal goals, set yourself a personal expense, essentially, and you each get 2 downtime actions. What they ultimately end up being is make a connection, help a friend recover, which is ultimately doing a healing process if you had harm, working on a long-term project, or you can do investigation. But with this, I'll say all of you are waiting, and we'll have you guys kind of talk as you've secretly got into this mall. Someone give me a name of the mall too while we're at it when we start play, and I'll kind of give Keiko the cue to enter, and you can enter however you'd like.
I'm thinking the Twin Pines.
The Twin Pines.
Twin
Twin Pines Mall.
Oh
Okay.
Thank you, Jack. You got it.
no. Yep, I get it.
All right. Twin Pines. Okay.
So,
Okay, so what do you think the conversation's going to be starting here?
It's been kind of quiet lately, guys.
But what kind of quiet? What were you expecting? Like,
Well, I mean, it's been like a month since since the last thing happened where we needed to go out and what would you call it, Haruka? Kick some booty?
it's buotes?
Huh?
It's buotes,
Boo
not
boo.
booty.
Oh, boo boo boo. Yes, that.
It actually has only been 27 days, 14 hours, and 36 minutes.
Oh, I was wrong.
Give or take 5 minutes. My calculations have been not as precise lately. And Zim is fiddling, trying to actually like sew part of her jacket back together. What happened earlier, but she
Why
is.
didn't you get detention as well?
Me?
Yeah. Don't they usually give detention for that sort of stuff? You
No.
ruining your clothes like that?
No, they just the teacher just yelled at me a bit. But they don't. I guess it's one perk of being the teaching assistant. They just yell at me.
Mm.
They don't want me wasting time, attention. I'm a asset,
Gotcha.
is what they call me.
Oh, Zim, you should bring Bianca over. I've got some touch-up paint for her.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
All right, I think to this then, Keiko can enter.
All right. Keiko comes in. She's carrying a large stack of clean uniforms, and she kind of puts them down, and she just starts kind of folding them up and putting them in her bag for tomorrow, and probably notices what Zim is doing. Zim, do you want me to help you with that?
I'm okay. Thank you.
Are you sure? I mean, I don't mind helping.
No, it's relaxing.
I just want to make sure you're absolutely successful.
Okay. All right. It's fine. It's yeah.
Okay.
You know what?
Yeah.
I don't know. I had a thought and then it just left.
Well, I had a great day. I took my detention class to the dry cleaners, and we all managed to clean these uniforms. The principal accidentally spilt some grape juice on them, but it's okay. I mean, accidents happen, and no need to cry over that sort of thing.
Isn't this the third time you've cleaned those this week?
I think of it as an opportunity to challenge myself.
Mm.
Kyoka, did you have a good day?
Yeah, I'm just a bit angry at those people who. Yeah, I'm good. It was a great day.
Angry? Sit down. Tell me about it. What happened?
Oh, you know what happens every day when we go to school? Those people just talk. They just say bad things about everybody and about myself, about Haruka.
Well, you should know they don't know what they're talking about, because you're an amazing person. Here, I got you a gift.
Oh, you did?
Mm-hmm. And she takes out these, like, cookie cutters, like shaped as different types of stars, and there's like a crescent moon and that sort of thing. Because I sometimes see you looking at the sky at night, and I thought, oh, you like this night sky, and therefore you can like eat food shaped like the stars.
Oh, that's great. I guess I will learn how to make cookies and. Yeah, I need to learn how to
I'll make them
cookies.
for you. Don't worry. In fact, I actually have some.
Okay, so Kyoka doesn't really know how to deal with this overwhelming kindness. So she's just like blushing and like stuttering a little bit.
Nice. I love it. All right. We can also start naming any of the downtime actions people want to do, or if you feel like you've done one in some of the RP, we can name them and RP those out.
Where is the list?
I have something. It says you can empathize with non-human things as if they were people. If you use this to gather info, you may ask questions from any playbook currently in play, but I don't know where questions are.
Oh, questions are on the rules, I believe. Oh wait, no, they're not. They're on the
Like you have questions on your playbook, right?
yes, other gather info.
Okay, but I can use mine or anybody else's.
Okay.
So you can look at all playbooks.
Yeah. Okay, but what she's doing, she's actually I think she's trying to help a family of ducks cross the road.
So is this trying to make a connection?
She's empathize. She's trying. I'm trying to.
Oh, I see. Now I got you.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
I'm with you
trying
now.
Yeah, I'm trying to do all of this, and I'm like, I gotta go to like 5 different things, and I'm like, I'll get there at some point. I promise. Okay. Because I need to get all the playbooks, so I have all access to all of the questions. There they are. Because she just thinks it's been too quiet.
Okay.
Go ahead while I read.
Okay. Haruka, after giving Kyoka her jacket back, is gonna just. She's trying to do train in archery, and she's just thinking it's like that match was unfair. She had an unfair advantage. That's the only reason that she won. It's now I gotta take care of her now. I gotta take it, but I gotta get better. I'm gonna beat her next time. Watch as she is trying to just hone a skill or just gain some practice in that particular in combat.
Okay. I think we can call that. Yeah, we are just practicing going over the things again. So with that, it's going to go ahead and you can do. I'll give you Defy or Express.
I'll do Defy or a 4.
Okay, so for this then, you move up 2 tracks. So for the one shot, what I'll give you for a 4 is in a stressful or situation, whatever you think might work with your trained, here, you can go ahead and have an extra. You can take a bonus die. You give yourself free bonus die.
Okay.
I think whatever Keiko does, she wants to try to assist Zim in being successful at whatever they're doing.
Okay, so just trying to make a connection, or
Yeah, sort of, because they kind of look at Zim as the smallest, and so Keiko is very, very, very protective of Zim and wants them to know that, you know, they're safe here and everybody's friends here, and that, you know, Keiko will always be there for you, and if you ever need anything, you can call Keiko, that sort of thing. So whatever Zim has in mind to try to do, even if Keiko isn't good at it, she's going to try to either cheerlead or to assist in some way to help them out.
okay. Sounds good. So we'll ask this: would Zim appreciate this?
Yeah, I think she would.
Okay. All right. So I'm gonna say this is probably empathize. I think you're doing.
Okay.
And so we'll go ahead, and so you get a bonus die.
Yes.
And what do you have already in empathize?
1.
Okay. So you get to roll 2 dice.
Okay.
Take the highest.
The highest is a 5. I think I'm just going to roll all 5s today.
Amazing. Perfect. Okay. So in that case, then you're going to get, I believe that is, where did I see this? There we go. That's 3 links that are given.
3 links.
So they gain, so that character gain, so Zim gains 3 links with you.
Oh. Oh, we put people's names on those. Okay.
Mhm.
All right. All right.
Zim is, I guess, what she's doing when you come over there is she's sort of done the patch job. It's not great, but she's done the patch job, and she's taken out her history books, and there's notes all over it because she is like, it's almost like a little portable like cork and thread board, and she's just trying to. Actually, you probably can't tell what she's trying to do, but what she's trying to do is figure out what timeline she's in. And so she's cross-referencing pages and taking copious notes. She goes.
I think Keiko, what she's going to do then is she's going to take out like her colorful sticky notes and that sort of thing and really just start helping you organize your book. So even if she doesn't get what she's writing down, she's definitely trying to help you color coordinate the book to make it easier to get from one thing to the next, and also making sure that each sticky or bookmark is done in such a way so that they're not covering each other, so they're perfectly like horizontal, and you can like just grab one, pull it open, and you're on that particular area. And she's also using like these glitter pins to help heighten certain events or things. As she's mostly just adding accessories to your book, She's not changing any of your notes or anything like that, but just kind of helping to organize it. Maybe even using picture references that she's getting and like adding those. And yeah.
Zim will say, the pink notes, put the badgers on them.
Okay.
Put the eagles on the yellow.
Mm-hmm.
And the alligators, those go on the green. There's not many of those. That's a weird one. And the timelines are all based on animals. It's based on what the mascot of the high school is in that timeline.
Well, whoever Tim Eleni is, I'm sure he's going to be very happy with this book.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. It's not much of it's making sense, but thank you. The glitter hurts my eyes, but that's okay. I've got the glasses, so it's fine.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No,
Maybe
it's good. It makes everything pop.
Okay.
Cool. All right. Any others?
Yeah, I'm trying to gather information. I'm talking to like the ducks and like looking around, seeing like anything wrong with any of the like trees or anything. And I'm trying to figure out what's the danger no one else sees, because she thinks that something's gonna pop out of the bushes at some point because it's just been too quiet.
Absolutely. So I feel we'll try empathize or perceive, I think, with this. Or analyze. I'll give you either of these three.
Well, I think probably analyze. I have one dot on analyze.
Yeah, I think your ability will kind of let you do analyze here with the thing.
Yeah.
So, as you're trying to understand how the ducks are walking and moving, and what that might mean overall, very cool. So you can roll that. Which is that one for you?
I have one dot, so one die.
Do you get extra because of your thing?
Oh, hold on.
You get what
It just says if you use this to gather info, you may ask questions from any playbook.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so you roll the die?
Yes. Ba-bum. 3.
3. Very good. And I believe
It's
that will give-
one question.
Yep, sounds about right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
Wait, I'm trying to figure out how to say it, how to get it from my brain to my mouth, I guess.
Okay, because it's the question you picked. What was it
Yeah.
again?
It was fudge. What's the danger no one else sees? Like what? Like, is there anything hidden that's waiting to pounce? I guess.
Right. You stare at the ducks, and you look at so it's a mom, and there's these fluffy yellow ones that are riding around, and there's one that's kind of the smallest there. And as they're going through the pool, the mother keeps emerging, like keeps going quicker and quicker. And in your keen eye, you realize that they're all keeping up except the smallest one. And as it looks back, Mother One seems to keep an eye on the one in the back, but is almost seems like the other ones following feel like, or would look at it and they don't realize, they just know this one is falling behind. And you sit there, and this is some time, the ducks in this pond, and while you see the mother sort of give the same amount of care, looking at the siblings, they seem to almost disregard it, keep putting them out of their animal play, moving away. Even they're like keeping that distance that is normal in the general thing, and as you stare at that, there's a sense of they're not being good examples. And you will make up a thing here as your data watch kind of clinks on. Ring. There is a message that comes up. So it kind of projects itself out. So it's like these 3D letters from the light of this watch come out. And you see kind of this, it's a red thing, meaning that's a warning. It says, Clean Co. Dry Cleaners destroyed. And it shows windows busted in. And people crying. But it's not like a crime in progress. It's something that seems to have already occurred. And there's a sense that while there hasn't been a big thing super recently, just this whole thing of a lack of good examples, as the Mama Duck is trying to teach the small one to swim and keep up, their example of uncaring has made its way into an outright almost violence or hatred, it seems, into the smaller ones, which is a norm for animal behavior, even like this emotion, but could be a warning of the greater powers that are being worked upon the world.
I think she goes back over to the group after she watches this for a while, and she'll explain what she saw, and then she'll look at Keiko. Keiko,
Yuki?
you didn't happen to hurt that building that you went to, did you?
Building?
Yeah, that dry cleaners.
No.
Well, it was just like it was destroyed a little bit ago.
What?
Yeah,
Why
look
was-
at the news.
Oh, wow. I mean, it was fine when I left. Do I remember any customers being there?
Yeah, I think as we're trying to look back here, let's do. There we go. Let's go ahead and I think perceive.
Okay. Perceive. Got it. 1.
Okay. Yeah, I think in your mind it's everything was very smooth and nothing really occurred.
Everybody seems so friendly. Can't imagine anyone would have been responsible for this. Especially that guy in the dark coat. He was really nice.
Zim, you always seem to have information about this.
You're muted.
About what?
About crazy stuff that happens.
Well, I could do that. Okay. What laundromat was it?
Clean coat.
Starts flipping through her notes, and I assume I can use this outside of combat. This might be really.
It's not a transcendability.
No, it's not a transcendability. It's just a regular ability. It's rewind return. You have been through this timeline at least once before. Flashbacks cost 1 less stress.
Okay.
How did this go wrong the first time? So, can Zim know what happened?
Oh, okay, very cool. Yeah. And which, by the way, this actually introduces that mechanic, which is good. You can spend a stress to do a flashback, which is something that occurs off camera, that basically previously occurred off camera, that we kind of go back to, and it gives you a bonus or changes the current circumstance in some way, basically. And then the director would kind of determine the effect of that, more or less. It could be like a special item that you happen to have or whatever. So in this case, it's a special flashback.
So I guess Zim would actually pull out. She's probably got like a little data, like a digital notebook, basically. And she pulls it out and she just starts flipping through it. And when she does this, you see her all of a sudden become much less jittery.
Mm-hmm.
And she's very focused all of a sudden. And she's just kind of flipping through, looking to see if she can find another timeline where that was, or if she's seen it before.
All right. So you're quickly going through. And so you're flash. Okay, so we're trying to flashback here to actually looking at this. So we see you analyzing the various recent types of events. And I think to fully get this, go ahead and give me an analyze.
Okay. Do have a point in that. Let's see if I can roll better.
Yeah. And so I think it's going to be controlled.
That is a 2.
Okay. So what you get from information from looking, the one thing you are able to get from this is essentially a device called an Akatsuki. This, from when you left, was a piece of technology that had been done, that had existed, that basically put people on a loop, and of a negative thought pattern. And one of the geniuses of it was that once it's attached, it could be of many types. It could be almost of any type of. Be made to look like many different things, but when it's attached, it sort of detects, and then when someone has a negative thought and begins to make their brain process and put that one forth over and over again, slowly turning them. And when I say negative thought pattern, they can actually choose which ones to go through, and witnessing events and that type of thing can cause these, and that the more they see of that, the more repetitions of those types of events can be put forth, slowly transforming the person. And these were generally used to often squash out resistance cells in the future. They could be given hidden to food, hidden to like different places without combat, and people would take them, wear them, have them as shelter, like cloaks, almost like passing out blankets to people, and that they would slowly get in line with the order and tradition, because it would start to reinforce those ideals whenever they came in.
Okay, so if it's something like that, I'm gonna say that Zim experienced it. I'm gonna say that it, like, maybe threw a blanket or cloak and a handout, and then someone else in the resistance noticed it and took it off her, but that she experienced the start of it, and it's part of where her panic attacks come from. Is that?
Yeah, you kind of tell them, giving
Yeah.
them this information. You think this might be
Okay.
a cause of it.
Yeah. So she'll sort of sipping through.
And I think your thing is that because of just some of the details in this news article,
Yeah.
it's coming to you that this seems to have hit this society way earlier than it's supposed to.
Right. Okay. So she's like, her eyes get wide for a moment. Oh no, 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 no. No, 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 no. And she starts flipping through. It's too
What?
early. That's too early. That they don't have those yet.
Don't have what?
Can you pronounce it again for me, Matt? What the device is called?
Akofai.
Aquafine?
Akofai.
Akofai, right. It sounds like an Akofai. Akofai device.
What are they?
They where I'm from, they put them on people, often without them knowing, and it puts your mind into a negative loop. It causes your negative emotions to sort of loop on themselves and become more and more exasperated. It's not pleasant. It's not a pleasant experience. But anyways, this is some of the hallmarks of it, but it doesn't make sense because that technology is not supposed to exist yet.
Keiko will grab Zim and bring them into a big hug. It's okay, Zim. They can't hurt you here.
Well, obviously they can if it's already here. Like
Yuki.
people are being used it.
He's like mouthing, "Don't say that."
Keiko,
I'm sorry.
I'm breathing.
Oh, here.
She's at bosom height, Keiko. Your boobs are too big to like be squishing her face in.
Yuki.
What?
Anyways, that's
What do they look like?
It looked like anything. Back in my time, they would hand them out as blankets. You wouldn't even know you were getting one.
Your time?
I'm working under the assumption that you all know that I'm a time traveler.
Okay. I was
Yeah.
working under assumption that we didn't.
Okay.
Yeah. So one principle in this game is that we're in season 2 of the show.
Okay.
Okay.
That is
Got
one of the
Everyone
principles.
knows them is from the future.
Gotcha. Makes sense. Okay. That makes more sense now.
So unfortunately, it's probably not surprising that if this is what was used, it's not surprising that Keiko wouldn't notice it. Could look just like a piece of clothing, or a ring, or a watch.
My uniforms.
No one here seems to. I mean,
Well, one of her uniforms, maybe.
if no one's put one on, it maybe to be safe, we shouldn't put those on anyone. I don't know. I'm sorry. It's not much help. I
No.
think I know what caused it, but I don't know what to look for.
What if we stab one of the uniforms?
stab one of them?
I'm guessing we can just like make our like weapons appear without going into a actually transforming.
That's a big assumption.
I'm just guessing.
But
I don't
that
know.
being said, I think you could. Yeah, I think that's cool. I think for the purposes of this, sure. Describe to me how that works.
Well, she just kind of holds out her hand to the side, and all like you just see like stars twinkling, and all of a sudden there's a spear in her hand. She's like, "Let me stab him."
Okay. So I think you take it in, and as you do, this uniform kind of like shimmers for a moment, and it kind of cracks, and there is this dull gray metal, the little light that beeps and fades. That Zim you recognize as an Akatsuki.
Zim like full on eyes get wide. That's it. That's one of them. Where did you get the uniforms from, Keiko?
Well, I mean, I had to buy the material, obviously, but I used a reputable source from the school.
From
The school?
the school.
Well, yeah, I mean, the school has a uniform policy, and I had to make sure the materials were codified.
Does that mean our uniforms?
Oh.
And
Zim-
Kiki, you also realize you passed out some uniforms to some people this morning.
Yeah,
Oh.
I've given out some uniforms to people. I didn't know it was going to do this. Oh, I'm a terrible person now.
What was that, Kyoka?
Oh, I mean, Zim sort of had an accident and like tore her uniform a little bit this morning, and nothing like that happened to it. So I don't think we are currently wearing it, but the ones Kiko had, maybe.
We should investigate.
And it's not just affecting people, but well, I mean, it's kind of going into like the animals and stuff.
Yeah. So I know what Keiko would do on her next action, but I know not everybody has gone yet. So I'm
Yeah. So I'm going to say we are pretty much very close to the mission with the narrative. So what I would like to do is, if people are ready to kind of wrap up the downtime actions that everybody gets, and then we can. I think then there's going to be a natural movement. I just want to make sure people get the connections they need to and get that phase of play.
Yeah, and just because I know from last time, at the moment, I'm the only one with links, and
Correct.
links are really useful.
Yes.
So,
Can Kyoko try to build connection links, whatever it's called, with Haruka? Because essentially, I think Haruka said she was training, and basically Kyoko would be like training alongside, and maybe not quite help, but like not saying that she's helping, but trying to demonstrate how some of the training is supposed to go and everything like that.
Drill instructor Kyoka.
All right. Very cool. I like that. You're kind of doing that. What's is this welcome from Kyoka? Oh no, sorry. Kyoka to who? I missed the name.
Haruka.
Haruka.
Not openly, but yes. The whole time it's like, I'm gonna beat you next time. That was an unfair match.
Okay, so I feel like this might be a flow.
Okay. I do have 1 dot in flow.
So you get 2 because it's welcome.
Okay. It's a 6.
Ooh. And that is how many links? Let's see. 4 links given. And that wasn't 2 6s, was it?
No, it's just one.
Perfect. So, okay, so Haruka gets 4. You write down 4 links on your sheet for Kyoka.
Okay.
Because again, you spend that link to help them. So that's why
Okay,
it's like that's
okay.
why it goes on the other person's sheet. Because they spend it to help you. Because if you put it, because if Kyoka put on their sheet, they'd spend it to help Haruka, which is not the way it's working.
Okay.
So there's people going, why does it go on the other sheet? That's why. That way you actually get to help the person whose action it took.
There's a little expandable box under the links box, which shows you how you can spend links.
That's right.
Okay.
All right. What else do we need to get with those actions?
So Zim technically hasn't done an action, and so we flash back to a little bit.
So we'll use that one as investigate, I think.
Oh, okay.
But yes, you can take another one.
Oh, okay, because I think at some point, and this probably would have happened earlier, Zim would have tried talking with Yuki, actually. Because Zim has been observing and trying to understand Yuki because she's got this whole thing that she came back in time partly to help Yuki. And she's recognized that Yuki seems to get along better with animals and inanimate objects than people. So I think Zim would, this is creating a link and or creating a connection. And I think Zim would just maybe while they're actually like putting the touch up on Bianca, which it took Zim a while to realize that Bianca was the scooter, but while they're doing that, I think that Zim would sort of talk to her about just sort of if she gets along with, like she gets along with all of us, but do you have any other people that you non-objects that you sort of get along with, talk to at all?
Well, I mean, no, not really. I'm just no, I don't think so. I tend to be just kind of fade into the background. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
My parents are like they're always gushing over my big brother, and he's taking over the business, so like I'm just they really don't care about what I do or anything. I can pretty much get away with anything.
That must
Why, do you have friends?
I mean, I have all of you. There's the people I tutor for. They don't like me very much. The ones I tutor for in the class. And I mean, I didn't really have any friends back where I came from either. Just similar. I was they called me the runt of my batch of the children I grew up with, and so I didn't really get noticed much either, but I still couldn't get away with anything. But
Well, you know who could be your friend, your runt friend?
who?
She's probably crouched down by the lake right now, and she kind of stands up and holds out her hand and holds out the runt of the ducklings. His name is Ash.
He's wonderful. Zim's eyes get wide. I've been here a while, but there are no ducks where I'm from.
Ducks?
No. So, and Zim will very
Ducks.
very, very carefully put his hands out. Put her hands out.
Yeah, she'll carefully let Ash go into Zim's hands.
He's being bullied.
Oh well. We have that in common, Ash. It's all right, though. It's all right. Thank you. Yuki,
Animals are friends, not food.
I like that. I have to remember that one. But if you ever need any, if you ever need a person to talk to, I'm always here.
Oh, yes, because people talk back. That's right.
Some of us do.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Thank you.
So this is connection.
Yeah.
Very cool. Sounds like it might have been welcomed there, Yuki.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so how does this... I don't know how that works.
So Zim rolls because they started it, right?
Uh-huh.
Mhm. Yep.
I'm saying. So then we pick the appropriate ability or action, rather, which I think is to empathize.
Cool.
Makes sense.
I actually have 2 in that because of the series ability.
Nice.
There's a better roll for you, Courtney. That's a 5.
Woohoo!
All right. So that is 4 connections. So 4 links with Zim.
Okay.
That you get.
Okay. I don't understand where I'm doing this.
So I think it's under the harm box. There's a links box.
Okay.
You
Oh.
write Zim's name on a line, then color in the dots.
For 4?
Yep.
Okay. 2,
So you do that to assist.
4. Okay, so and you just take one of them off in order to assist. If I want to assist Zim, I just unclick one of the dots.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So this means they can be used to recover stress, shrug off harm, help, or lend strength. Basically.
Okay. Okay.
In that rules reference sheet, it has the uses of links. That is in the thing.
Yeah. All right. Got
But you
it.
can also sort of make something up, and we'll probably go with it for the one shot. So, very cool. Anything else?
Quick question before we move on. Is this the end of downtime?
Yes.
Okay, the reason I ask is because for game balancing issues, the unlikely hero is allowed 1 additional downtime action
Right.
to everyone else. So I do want to make sure.
So you get 3 instead of 2.
Correct.
So let's do this then, because I want to get us going. If it's anything, were you planning on doing more links? Let's do this. Any actions that aren't character connections?
The only thing I can think of might be more mission related, and that's where she was going to investigate the cloth. So if that's more
The
mission
cloth that you
related-
already have?
that she
Yes.
bought, either that or the actual
Cool.
store. But then I would probably just use the other one for a character link to help someone else out.
Okay. Then let's do the analyze for you.
Okay.
Now, can other people help with stuff like that? Or do you have to have links in order to help somebody with it?
You can help with stress or with links.
Okay, so if I give 1 stress, I can help her with the analyze?
Yeah, she'll get a bonus die.
Okay, okay, I will do that.
All right. And then I just roll analyze.
Mhm.
Okay. 6.
Oh, very nice. Okay. Just 1 6, right?
Correct.
Okay, not a crit. So perfect. Then I think, is it 3 questions that you can do? Look at that. It says on your sheet.
2 questions and 1 follow-up.
There you go.
Okay.
What 2 questions do you have about it?
Okay.
And but I think it's within you have your questions there. So as long as we're within that, but we can kind of
Yeah.
mess with it.
All of my questions are about feelings, so I'm not really sure how to apply that to cloth. But actually, there is one I can ask. and that is what is most dangerous here.
Okay.
There might be another one I can ask.
Yeah, you can always change those. I think as long as they're
Okay.
based off of that, I'm always really good. The dangerous. I think the dangerous thing is that you realize the people you're handing out these the most to were the freshmen, because those are the ones who are most bullied on their way here.
Okay.
And the implication of that is that they're also the ones who are coming in with their heads empty and ready to figure out what the culture is. So they're the ones who are looking to find the culture. So almost like whatever this was designed to do would be amplified by 10 and work much faster than it would normally. Given
Okay.
that situation. All right. Then it comes to a follow-up. You get one follow-up and another question.
Okay. Okay, here's a question I'm going to modify in regards to that. Who here is strong or vulnerable? So is there anyone, what types of people might be more resistant to this material, I guess? Or I know that the vulnerable are probably the freshmen, but are there people that have some type of strength against this? Like brainy people, athletic people?
Yeah. I think when you people who have a set core of values tend to be the most resistant. Very clear in what is a right way to feel versus a wrong way to feel or think. Almost like extreme emotional health.
Okay. And then finally would be what are the unmet needs? So what do I need to get rid of whatever is causing this issue on the fabric?
Gotcha. You would think with an unaffected person, sorry, not unaffected, an affected person, that they would need some type of understanding or catharsis of what the underlying negative thought was. So if they can be shown like in a mirror how what they think is incorrect, then or misguided or amplified by emotions and not the truth. Now it's very hard to convince them because of the way the thing works, but that is ultimately where its hold is weakened, and that allows it to be harmed instead of the person. Because I'll give you this, as you're really looking at this and understanding, you see that within the insides of these uniforms are these like tiny threads that look like they might actually make their way into the skin of the people who wear them.
Okay.
And might transfer damage from themselves to the wearer.
Okay. All right.
Okay. So in that case, let's do this. Everyone shows ability, especially for the connections. You can go ahead and figure that out, roll it, and kind of tell who gets links. Like, hey, you get this many links with me, you get this many links with me. We can kind of do those in the background here. And then we'll take our break. And we're taking our break here. So we'll come back from break with that, ready to go, and then kind of transition right into the mission portion.
Okay.
All right. Sounds good. Alrighty. Coming on back.
The problem, guys, is I didn't take the transcendent ability that lets me jump to a new timeline if we screw up too badly.
Well, why not?
So I figured hopefully in a one-shot at least we won't do that poorly, but we'll see.
You're talking to us.
How many one shots have you been in?
Okay. All right. So, does everyone have the things they had to do?
Yeah, I was
Link
confused
such.
a little bit because on mine it says that I cannot make a connection during downtime. I was like, oh no, did everything that Zim did do like not happen? Like, what's
No. You can't make connection. People can make a connection with you.
Okay.
So you don't get the connection downtime.
Everybody else like
Yeah. So to do that for balance issues, let's just have delete a stress.
delete a stress. Okay.
Yeah, let's just do that. Just to kind of keep it. I want to, because it would matter more if we were doing a campaign. It just one shot's a little different.
How many do I give somebody?
You roll to do.
I did.
So what'd you get?
A 6.
Then that would be 4.
Okay, so Ruka, you get 4 from me.
For bookkeeping purposes, Matt, because Zim rolled so poorly on the obligation phase and took over half her stress bar in one go,
Oh
I am using one of the links Keiko gave me to relieve 2 of those.
You got it.
So I've got a little more room to maneuver.
Did you change your dice, or is your dice finally not being an asshole?
I've been using all 3 of them interchangeably, so I'm not sure you can lay the blame on anyone. It's a team effort. It makes thematic sense. Zim is the high anxiety one of this group, I think.
All right. So in that case, what is the action y'all will want to take from here? Where do you want to go to get more information? Maybe what I'll ask.
Well, I think we could either go directly to Klinko, or we could go to the place that I bought the materials from, or we can.
School?
Yeah, we could go to the school. And try to find those freshmen.
All right. So groups going there. What's say everyone else?
Does anybody have a preference? All right.
I don't think so.
All right. I think Keiko would try to insist we try to save these kids. So to try and get to that school to take their uniforms. Oh gosh, I don't even know. I'll have to get some regular uniforms for them, obviously.
Okay.
Otherwise, this is getting weird.
The school route is where we're going. Okay. Perfect. Okay. In that case, let's do Fire. Why don't you describe how you all arrive at school to give the scene visual?
I guess we will get our scooters, go to school, and try to find the people that we're supposed to talk to. We want to talk to.
Absolutely. You come into the school then, and Keiko, you recognize one of the students that you had taken to the dry cleaners. You see that she has her knees kind of high up, crisscrossed, but there is blood that comes down the side of her face. Her head is resting kind of almost within a lock of the door is shut, but the lock's been dented in, and her head rests in that dent.
I point this out to everybody and try to go check on her.
Yeah. I would say so. Keiko sees it, so you recognize it. Everyone sees this. So in these scenes, definitely like kind of jump in and do stuff.
I think she's been banging her head against the locker.
Why would she hurt the locker?
She was probably trying to get the thoughts out of her head.
Should we take her clothes off?
Is she wearing one of the uniforms?
This is someone who gave a uniform to, yes.
Yeah, I would probably have like marked the ones I gave, like stitched by Keiko.
You got it.
Yeah. Here, let's change her.
So I'm still getting used to the norms of this. We're just in the hallway of the school, right?
Yes.
There's nobody around, Zim.
Oh.
I mean, we could take her to the girls' room if you want.
Just saying.
Does anybody hear anybody banging their heads against lockers?
What did you say? I'm sorry. Okay. You're asking a question?
Yeah, I was just asking the group if anybody could hear anyone else like banging something.
Okay, so I realized that there was. So let's do this stuff. We're in the mission here. So, here we go. We need our engagement roll.
Okay.
To start some things off here. So, we start with one die, and then I would say, is this particularly heroic or noble? You're trying to save people, so yes, that's going to be a +1, and then this is following through with the investigation you've been doing. So that's going to be another dice. So we're at 3. It's not determine the fate of a friend. And yeah, I'm going to say 3 dice here. But I think since we're in the one shot, I just like people to roll. So I'm going to do 5. So everyone roll a dice. We'll take the highest.
Okay. Not me.
God damn it.
I got a 1.
I did too.
2, 5. Any higher than 5?
6.
6.
The ace.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so in that case, what we're going to tell the story of here is that is called a good result. So you're in a controlled position when the action starts. Things are going to go as planned, and the protagonists are setting the tempo. So what this means is, as you're investigating and asking this girl, she says, "We were all just trying to. We were just doing what we needed to do," and she kind of basically goes, "Was Masuka? She just kept on yelling how the whole thing doesn't matter, how everyone's a hypocrite. She said how she saw some girls not even help each other up and just made fun of each other more. And that the things, and she kind of looks at her own like storied bracelet. The things of the people we see on TV are just lies, and no one actually lives them out. No one lives them out, and then she does bang her head against the thing. No one lives them out.
Zim will actually try to stop her from banging her head. This is way too close to home for Zim.
Yeah.
She's seen this too
I think
often.
you can hear, yeah.
Yeah, she will just. It's okay. Hold on, hang on. Just yeah. Let's not do that. Let's. Does someone have something we can put between her head and the locker? Because she may not fully be able to stop herself from doing this.
Oh, you know I do.
Of course.
I knit a pillow yesterday.
Very cool. Put it in there. She says, Suka said she was going to wait for, she kind of goes, that Keoka. She just said, comes the name Keoka, and teacher. And that she wants to be the one that picks on the others.
Kyoka?
That that's not what I exactly meant. I think there's a misunderstanding here.
Definitely, because if anybody's gonna beat Kyoka, it's gonna be me. I'll show her.
It's not helping, Haruka.
Oh wait, this is activating my promise.
Well, with you hitting your head on the lockers, you're hurting the lockers. It's not nice to hurt the lockers.
Where is this? Suka, you said? Where is she?
She was going to the gym.
Okay.
Practicing her swing or something.
What is Kyoka really feeling? That's a feature of mine.
Kyoka wants to go to wherever this Asuka is and to deal with the situation. She's really mad right now.
Okay. Yeah, we've got to find the Suka.
Okay. I don't know where the gym is.
What? This is the second season.
No, again, they pretty quickly figured out. I went there once. They made me try to climb a rope. It didn't go well, and they've told me not to come back.
I pull you into a hug. I'm so sorry, Zim.
She can't breathe, Keiko.
Sorry.
We need to get her out of the uniform, though.
Yes, get her out. Yuki just starts pulling at her uniform, trying to take her.
I
clothes.
immediately take out another one for
So
her.
you grab, she goes, as you can see, it's already kind of stuck.
Ow! Ew.
Oh no. Maybe
Earth.
yeah, we can use something to combat this. We can, be her friend.
Yeah. Okay. So I think Zim will. sort of said that Zim has gone through this, Zim will try to sort of gently put her hands on her shoulders and just try to get her to start. Just breathe with me, all right? The thoughts going through your head. I know what those are like. So just there's a loop, there's a rhythm. So we're gonna break that rhythm. I want you to breathe with me, and she's gonna specifically try to start breathing off sync with what it looks like she wants to do to bang her head against the locker to try to get her to break her out of that rhythm.
I like it. This will be express.
Can I help?
Okay, that's a disadvantage.
Erica, did you say you wanted to help?
I'll take a stress as I'll stand behind the alumni the girl and mimic the breaths that he's taken to try to help her get the rhythm.
I can help too. I could grant you a +1 dice to your action with expending a link.
I can help. What is Zim really feeling?
Zim is full on fighting off her own panic of recognizing, like almost like a PTSD, that she went through this. She was in the other girl's place. What she's doing is she's trying to remember the person who helped her break out of it.
Okay.
The person who found her in the resistance and helped her break out of it. And she's trying to focus on that. So
How does that work?
How does that work?
Yeah, what's your ability do?
Oh, it gives me insight on the character that I can use later.
Oh, okay. So there's nothing for now. Okay, cool. So you have 2 dice.
I have 2 die. Okay. It's a 4.
Okay.
The other one was a 1. So thank you both for that.
Okay, so this is okay. So breathe and as it's being off put, as you're thinking back, Zim, to when it was on you and how you kind of got it off here, it like detaches and then moves quickly as though the threads like uncombine and move and encircle you. Like here. And you're able to grab it and tear it off and kind of get it totally off here, but as it wraps around your skin and your neck, trying to get on, that sheer pulling, not wanting to be a piece of it, just brute forcing it off, is going to give you 2 harm here.
Oh, well, that's not fatal though. Okay.
So that's a level 2 harm?
Yes.
Okay. No, I can't do anything with my link. Okay.
Can I also spin another link to ignore 1 harm?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Actually, that's Shurgoth harm you're doing?
They ignore 1 harm tag.
Yeah, that's for transcended ally. You are not in transcended form,
Oh.
unfortunately.
For spinning links on allies?
Yeah, I think you can do it as a link.
Yeah, it's a link.
Is it off shrug off harm?
No, it's they ignore 1 harm. If I spin a link, they ignore 1 harm tag.
It's under the spending links on
Yeah.
Al.
Okay, let's do it.
Okay. I don't think I have shrug off harm.
Yeah, it's all good.
Yeah, I have.
I'm not going to worry about it for the watch. Let's go. Spend
Yeah.
it. I'm good with it. Let's do
Okay.
it.
And I've got Ex Machina as my transcendent ability.
Yeah, what I'm looking at is a link's expenditure says like spend a link with a transcended ally to allow them to ignore the effects.
Oh,
And that's what I'm confused on, but it's totally fine.
Oh,
So
okay.
okay, so you get out, and it's now on the ground, and you can see like it almost like props up, and there is like the scan. And you kind of hear it essentially like there's there as it scans, it starts to list all the ways in which you participate with the current order, the pretending to go along with it, the not standing up and being, mostly it has things of not standing up. It kind of goes across Keiko and goes not suitable host, but the rest of you kind of comes up as finding a thing to latch on, but then it sort of turns quickly and says highly suitable host found, and kind of gets on the floor of this uniform, and all these threads pop out from it, so the visual almost is it's running on almost millions of tiny thread legs.
I hate you, Max.
Oh no.
It's threads,
Okay,
it's not
okay.
fingers.
Fine. It's fine. It's fine.
Of everything we can encounter in a magical girl one shot.
We have to go beat the crap out of that thing with the power of friendship. Come on.
Time for transformations.
Okay, so in that case, if you said transformations, let's go.
Yes.
Describe them. Because what's it look like? How does it review you self? Go. Let's do it. Transformation scene.
So it cuts up into the sky, and the constellation of Buotes comes out, and I say all the stars just kind of come together as it comes down and hits Haruka on the chest, and she dons her outfit, and two of the stars just stay dangling as they incorporate into her nunchucks.
Nice. Next.
Okay, so with Yuki, the constellation of Libra lights up. And one of the stars comes flying down, hits her in the chest, and she transforms into her red outfit. And the twinkling stars coalesces into her spear, and she points it at it.
Amazing. Next. Zimakyoko.
Zim sort of looks up, and as opposed to one constellation, she's seeing bits of several of them, like single stars, start to shine, and it's almost like, and her glasses go opaque, and it's almost like stars falling across them. It looks like a matrix thing going across as it starts digitizing. The costume comes out with the gold parts actually almost being like a metal fabric, almost like a gold shiny metal fabric as it starts to surround her. And in her hand, a sword starts to form. And as it starts to form, it starts to get longer and longer and longer and longer and longer. And all of a sudden, she starts going, whoa, 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 swaying back and forth, trying to hold it. Finally gets it on her shoulder. And she's ready to go.
You see the constellation of serpents light up, and this pink light covers the entirety of Kyoka's body. And you see this like long, shiny pink serpent sort of forms into this longbow in her hand, and yeah, she's good to go.
Okay. And then I feel like there's always just what symbol does Keiko do? Like, what do they do when this transformation happens?
I think you're kind of watching everybody else just kind of morph or whatever, and then you just see Keiko by the cream machine, like the scooping ice cream, and she smiles at the camera, and then it just kind of does a little freeze frame. Keiko!
Yes! Everything I wanted and more. All right. Very cool. So, chasing after this quickly, you burst into the gymnasium, and there, standing, you see bent over Kyuka. You actually recognize her as the girl whose face went like the most stark when they saw you kind of be kind of fake mean girl to lift up Haruka there. And there's just this moment. She goes, I thought you were better, but everyone's a lie. And in the corner, you see a teacher that you all know, kind of guidance counselor, called Mrs. Shen, who has been the one to kind of help you all. You know, she's the one who tries to, like the adult, you can sort of trust sometimes to be more on your side. She's older, easily in her 80s. Most people think she should retire. But she remembers the old times before all this happened, and she sees a hope in all of you. But this thing that you had chased in here seems to be scuttling on its threads towards her. And Fusuka, who's turned now, seeing the point of her rage, Kyuka now the one that not only does things but lies and is a fakery of hope, she believes. She starts to transform, and she grows about twice her size, covered in this uniform, and from it are platitudes that are in of words like it'll be okay, just trust that people will always do the good. And you realize these are little sayings that in season 1 you've said to the media, but they are formed to be blades, like serrated into weapons that can cut and wound as they depart from her body and float around her, circling, ready for attack. And now we're going to get into play. So you all will take your actions a little bit into this scene. Remember, there's many things to do. Calling this a combat is incorrect, though you could certainly do various things. So you just kind of go as you'd like. We'll get something from everybody. As a reminder, since you are transcendent, Keiko, this particular rule will go for you as well. That I made up because Bobby asked me something. Is that we've got 3 phrases that if you say when you do your thing, you can get a bonus die. Those phrases are stars blessing and power my spirit by the light of 1,000 stars and stars of the dawn guide my hand. And a shout out to Biddy from YouTube watching. So here we go. Who would like to go?
I'm still not sure how the combat works. I'm sorry. I'm still like.
So you say what you want
Or
to
whatever.
do.
Say you want. Wait, we
Like
want
the whole game. You just say what you'd like to see happen. I
Okay.
describe the scene, and then we go with it.
Well, Yuki is just running into the fray. She's just going after them, like after this thing, like. Yeah, she's just going after this crazy. I don't know.
You're going after the threaded uniform.
Yeah, the thread monster, the uniform monster thing. I don't know what to call it. And she wants to try and pin it to the floor with her spear.
Okay. Very, very nice. So you're trying to pin it with your spear.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I think this is likely going to be flow. Yeah, I would say roll flow.
Flow. What's flow? I have nothing in flow. All right, so that's roll 2d6 and
Take the lowest.
take the lowest.
Okay, so right now you're in control.
Uh-huh.
And I would say this probably has a great one. So go ahead.
How do you push yourself?
You spend a stress and get a die.
Okay. You know what? I don't have a whole lot of stress, so I will go ahead and do that. Yeah. And so that just means the lowest of the three?
So if
Or-
you push yourself, that would be 1 dice.
1 dice. Okay. 6!
Woo! That is perfection. You do it. So whew, it flies out. Its movement is entirely done. It can't get to Shishan as it's just sort of struggling against the spear. Who would like to go next?
Oh, hold on. And the girl that was in there, she transformed into some other monster, right?
Yes.
Some other creature, right? Okay, so I have Ex Machina, and when I push myself, I can compel non-human things around you to hinder or distract your foes, and you can compel the environment to change itself to suit your needs. Since we're on a basketball court, can I make the basketballs start hurling themselves at this thing's face?
100%.
All right.
So I'll go. The basketballs will be redeemable for a bonus die by anybody trying to do something directly to them or with them. They're distracted as they go.
Nice. All right, that's it.
So. So this thing was struggling to get to the teacher, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
skin.
Okay. So Zim is going to. Yeah. Zim wants to look at the double-sized schoolgirl, and she thinks she's seen this sort of thing before, so she wants to try to see if she can figure out get a clearer sense of what the loop is. She thinks she knows, but she wasn't get a clear sense of what is the loop that this girl is going through.
Absolutely. So, yeah, empathize.
Empathize? Okay. Cool.
Okay, so I think for this though, you're gonna have to get up close and come in contact with it.
Okay.
So, what do you do in that moment? How do you do that contact?
Okay, so I have an idea that would be really good. It's not precisely what the ability says,
Okay.
but maybe we'll see what you think. So her transcendent ability is on the other side of time. When you push yourself, choose one of the following additional benefits. You can trade places with your fated person or briefly remove an ally or foe from the flow of time. I'd like her to use it to cover that distance.
Okay.
And get to it in a way that's actually splitting time, and so it's somewhat safe for her to get that close, at least for the moment.
Okay, 100%.
So what she does is she literally can barely hold her sword. She takes a deep breath. She just saw Yuki, who is her fated person, spear this thing so beautifully. She takes a deep breath. She takes a deep breath. She starts to be able to lift the sword because everyone starts to realize the sword is actually not material. It becomes almost see-through because this is not a sword that can cut people. It's not a sword that does violence. This is a sword that cuts time. And she sees in front of her every possible result of her getting to this thing and performing this action. And she raises the sword, takes a deep breath, and goes, and she cuts every timeline except the one she needs.
Okay.
To cut the noise and get right to where she needs to be.
I love that. We see this like myriad of almost shards that show like her getting hit or stopped or putting through another window outside this gym, and then the one where she gets up to her becomes like a path line that takes her through these shards as they try to cut her, but she's woundless as she gets there. And I guess make your empathize roll.
Okay, so that's empathize, and because I pushed myself, I guess that's 3 die. So one think.
3 big dice
to do this. And there is a 6. And there was a 5. I almost I had a 5 though. I almost got 2 6s.
Almost critted. All right. So yeah, you slow down the time, and as it slows, you can hear you realize kind of this static and these moans that are coming from it are essentially extremely sped up versions of the events. And as you slow it down, what you realize is this scene where Fusuka a few months ago was playing high up at a hilltop and fell down this hill, hit a tree, hit down, and found herself in a bush and had passed out. When she awoke, it was night, and she was looking through the bushes, and that is where she saw Kaisuka. Okay, sorry. Why can't I say your name? Thank you. I don't know. It just left my mouth. Kyoka. And Kyoka is alone, looks around, and transforms. And goes about practicing. And this negative thought that got into Fusuka's head is because she saw this person who she knew was a hero and had been watching on TV do what she understands a horrible thing. And of course, she doesn't know who the other Akatsuki Go-Go people are. And so that's just in her head as I can't even count on my heroes. This world's a lie.
Okay. Can Zim still say, I feel like I've done a lot already this time. Can Zim say something? Can she call out to Kayuka.
Yeah, I think you give something out there to her.
Right. All right. So Zim will get there, and then so snap out of him and go, Kayuka. She knows who you are. She knows your who you are in normal life and superhero form. You've got to. She's disappointed. I gotta still show her that you're a hero.
So hearing this, Kyoka is going to take her action. She's going to try to leap up into the air, probably stepping on one of the basketballs Yuki threw around to gain more momentum. And as she's in the air, she places herself she sort of wants to get in a position where her rival Haruka is on one side of this monster and she's on the other. And as she's leaping in the air, she pulls her bow and shoots an arrow at not the monster itself, but the weapons formed by those words. And she's going to say, "Open your eyes and see through the mask and see our friendship for what it actually is."
I am loving. Is there anything special you're throwing at this? Is this okay?
Physically just shoot an arrow. Yeah.
I'm gonna throw my link plus 1d for that.
Nice.
As will I.
Okay, I think this might be confess.
Okay, I'm not really great at those, so I'm going to push myself also. And as I push myself, I get this transcendent ability that allows me to perform a superhuman feat of physical force, destroy an obstacle between me and my rival, which it is between me and my rival. So I'm going to say that. That's why I position myself.
So did you start at 0?
Yeah.
Okay, so they gave you 1, so that got you to 1, and you push yourself, that gets you to 2 dice.
Mm-hmm.
And then between you and
Haruka
rival, does
gave
that give you another one? Or
Haruko
no?
and Keiko gave one.
Not sure.
Okay, so we're at 3 then.
Okay.
You can also invoke using one of these things Bobby dropped. Just saying.
Oh, very true. What's one of those? I would say, Star's Blessing, Power My Spirit. So that's 1/6.
It's 4 dice.
Yeah.
You got a 6?
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. 6s. Okay, so the arrow then you say see the lies. You put yourself on there, so I've called it desperate. Yeah, this is going to be immense effect. As the arrow begins to split, and you aim at the words, right? That's what you told me?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. As it circles around, hitting them, and they kind of look at you, and their eyes drift to Haruka. And this whole thing of you putting yourself between them and your rival, and the way you behaved, and kind of begins to perceive this nuance. What? And in that moment, these black fields around these word blades dissipates as the arrow curves around as they break apart. And there's a moment where it's like the cloth almost peels away. So you go, and then there's this other voice that is heard of, "No, too late for you," as it tries to retake her, and now almost controlling this body within by force.
So I'm on the other side of Kyoka, and she's gonna start hitting the basketballs with her nunchucks towards the front, trying to get the rhythm just right to allow somebody else to use them, to gain a better position and on their turn.
Okay, so you're doing that to increase someone's position. Very good.
Set up a teammate so they get a +1 effect or improved position.
Perfect. Okay. I think the only one that hasn't gone here is Keiko.
All right. And just so I'm clear, there's the one person we're fighting. There's another person who turned into a monster and has a basketball flying at them. And there's a teacher. Is that correct?
Yeah, there's the thread that has been stuck and can't get to the teacher. And then there's this person who has been who would turn into a monster.
Okay, the person turned into a monster. Okay. And that's one of the mean girls, right?
No, this was actually a young freshman that turned into one that was sort of becoming a mean girl because she saw
Gotcha.
Kyle could do a bad example.
All right, I'm going to run up to this young girl. And I just run up and I hug her while she's a monster. And I say, I know you're still in there. I remember taking you on that tour that day. You asked me such great questions. You just wanted to fit in. And I'm going to let you know, you don't have to be a monster to fit in. You can be a friend.
Give me forgive.
All right. I would like to invoke here. Let's see, which one hasn't been used?
I can give you a die.
Stars of the dawn, guide my hand. All right.
If I already expended the link, can I spend another one on Kaiko?
Yeah, definitely. Because this sort of, we're good with that.
Okay.
So I think as you say that, I think there's this piece of everyone's constellation that come out, and it's something that your friendship has come, and you got at the end of season 1, as the stars come around and empower your hand and your heart.
All right. And so I'm rolling a lot. So I roll mine, and then I add the 2 I just got, and then I do the invoked roll as well, right?
Yeah, so you do all at once, but you can roll them whatever you want to do.
Yeah, I only have 2d6 over here, so we're gonna just roll it a few times to see what happens. Oh, that looks good. Okay. Oop, that one kind of fell off. Okay, so I got a 6.
Okay.
Oh wait, this doesn't count as making a connection, right?
Correct.
Okay, cool. Then yes, a 6. Oh wait. Oh no. I'm sorry. I think I get +1 if I tap into someone's emotions, but that's not technically what I'm doing. So keep going.
So you got a 6, right?
Yes.
Okay. So you grab it. So you grab her, your heart goes out. Another stinking 6, I think, has in this hug, there is these hands come out and push out through a threading that's becoming loose as the fabric splits off a little bit, and just the barest of the wrists and then hands cusp around your neck as her head goes out. Goes, I remember you, but the rest of her body's in there, but you're sort of embracing her right now. But the lower half's still in this amalgamation of fabric, sewn by you.
Listen, after years of hugging onto Zem, I have perfected the art of the bear hug. I am not letting go.
Yeah, so you... Okay, so everyone's gone once. We're to go. You can all go again. Normally they'd be stuffed, but you all keep rolling 6s. But I love it. Next. So you can go same order or different order. It's really up to you.
Well, she's got this. Yuki has this thing pinned to the ground. She's just looking at it going, well, I mean, this is the best thing I can think of. And she, like, pulls the, oh god, brain work. pulls the spear to the side to try and slice it. Try to make it give it damage.
Okay, trying to get this threaded uniform on the ground. Absolutely. That'd be Flo.
Whoa! I'm gonna push myself again because I have bad flow.
Actually, do you have Defy? Defy would be better for this.
Defy? Nope. I don't have either.
All right. Well, roll. Let's see what's
I'm rolling.
2d6.
Yeah,
Lower.
one. Yeah. Oh, I can do that other thing though. What was it? What did Bobby say? Oh God, I'm going through 5 million different things right now.
Yep, there's one more.
There's one more.
I think by the light of 1,000 stars.
Yeah,
it's not-
by the light of 1,000 stars, I will destroy you. Whee! 6.
I don't think that's what Bobby wrote.
I only rolled one die. Let me roll the other die. Let's see if I get another 6. No. Okay. 6.
6. Okay, so you take it somewhat weakened already by the girl being in a hug on the inside. Take your spear, run it across the stern. This thing splits and hardens into 2 halves of a metal amulet as it seems to be destroyed. And I imagine you do the spear turn.
Yeah.
And it lands.
Yep. Oh yeah, 1,000%. She strikes a pose. I'm like, all right, who else do I need to fuck up as she as Maki does this again? And she's going to the net that's usually around for the volleyball court.
Mm-hmm.
She's going to have that wrap around Keiko and the girl to kind of keep the girl that's transformed, like, can't
strengthen
move.
that bond, that thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Strengthen that bond there.
I love it. So that can definitely improve position. Who would like to go next?
I think Zim saw Yuki do that, and Zim just thinks herself, she's so cool. So cool. And she sees that that's one's been taken care of, so she is going to, just going to keep trying to, she's going to try to separate the Keiko and the girl more from the suit. Like, it's already kind of separating. She's going to see if she can separate it more by using her sword again. And again, that sort of pushing herself, manipulating that flow of time. I think the best way to do it. Can she slow down I'm going to call it the evil cloth, whatever, the entity that's trying to maintain control. Basically slow it down relative to the other two.
Gotcha. So this would be Defy.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm pushing myself, so at least I'll have one die. So.
But I can still help you.
Okay, that's great. That's 2. So she will, again, take the sword. The same thing. She's looking at all the different timelines. She swips the sword. That's 2 4s. Is 2 4s anything?
It's 4!
4, yeah.
Okay, perfectly. Okay, so for everything, this is kept it controlled. So what you're able to do is you can decide to get out scot-free here with a fail. Or you can do this, but there will be a consequence.
I think that this is all hitting too close to home for Zim. I think she would be a little reckless. I think she would do it.
Okay.
She'd take the success with the consequence.
Absolutely. So then what we're gonna do, so let me get to what I was actually needing to look at here. So, yeah, this comes back to your mind of what you went through, and so we need a moon resist because this is from despair from your past.
Okay. So that's one die on that. Oh boy. A 5.
A 5.
Is that for eclipsing?
No,
No,
I'm not at
this
it.
is
Okay.
resistance.
Okay.
Okay. So that 6 minus 5 is one stress. Is what you suffer
Okay.
as you push in and you. Yeah, I would say between the rope going, Keiko pull in, you pull her free. And she is no longer in it. Who's next?
You said Keiko's no longer in it.
You've pulled Fusuka back.
Oh, never mind.
So Keiko, so basically you and Zim have got her out. is what I'm saying.
Oh, she's out. Okay. Oh, she's no longer in the monster form.
So she's out of the monster now. It's like odd. It's like it's forming, but it's just trying to stand up on its own threaded things. And so now it's just this uniform that's still trying to act.
Okay.
But she's kind of outside of these threads, no longer being operated by her. So very weakened.
Gotcha. I think what Keiko will try to do is Keiko will try to run away with the girl to try and keep her away from these fabric tendrils or whatever they are that are trying to attack her now that they're kind of separated, if I understand right.
Yeah. Give me a flow.
Oh no. All right, let me see. Flow. I think that's okay. So if I push myself, that means I automatically get
Yeah, it goes from the disadvantage to 1 dice.
1 dice. Okay. Yeah, sure. So that'll be 1 stress.
And
Yes.
Okay.
and I'm giving you another die.
All right.
You got 2 die.
Here we go. Oh no. That's a 3.
Ooh, okay, so that is failure. So, okay, so what you can do is you can choose to, basically, you will this either doesn't work, or you can roll again, but it would be risky.
Risky. Ooh, what does that mean? I want to do it. What is it? What is it?
So this was controlled, and controlled means that there's only basically risky has greater consequences for 4 and below or 5 and below.
Oh yeah, let's do that. So I just roll the same thing again, or
So you don't get, yeah, same thing.
okay, all right. Let's see what happens. That's a 5.
Okay.
If I take the higher.
Yes.
Okay.
So. Okay. Then I'm going to go ahead and say that, yeah, you grab her, and there's just. It's almost this visual of like 3 stray threads that are coming from her now, because you realize as you're pulling her, this was actually her uniform, so it's slowly going down, and she's got very covering underclothes, so it's nothing too racy because this is daytime television show, and so because it's really like gym outfit, and so as it comes off of here, the threads tighten and they go to wrap around your neck as like a final thing to get it going. But they won't restrain you, but they do become sharp like razor wire. And so I will need. Should be a sun resist, I believe.
Sun resist. What's that do? How do I roll that?
Question.
Yes, question.
I've got a thing to protect a teammate. Face danger on behalf of a teammate. Step in and suffer the consequence in their place. Can I do that?
Yeah, absolutely.
So you just see Haruka Keiko and the thing kind of going after her, and she will just make a mad dash and clumsily just get in between her, Keiko, and the incoming attack.
Cool.
Okay, cool. So then you can go ahead and roll your sun.
My son, which is I've got 1 point, so it's just one die, right?
Yep.
For a win.
Oh no!
So
Oh no!
you get in the way. That's 5 stress.
Jeez.
Does that get you 10?
Is that a fatal? Is that
Is that
fatal?
a fatal situation?
No, that's 4 harm that's fatal.
It is? Oh
No.
no, it's not. Okay, crap.
You may expend your special arm. No, I don't have anything else to decrease it. I still got 2 stress left.
All right. Very cool. And what else would you like to go?
Can I try to shoot at those really sharp fiber string thingies that are coming out of the
Yeah, kind
uniform?
of another like disable thing. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I will assist with a link.
So that'll be this thing. Defy.
Okay.
I add a dice on that for my final link.
Nice.
So 3 dice. That's a 2.
Oh no!
I got a 2 for 3 dice.
Okay. Okay, so this is going to be level 2 harm. As you go to grab it, and it's like the string of your bow, you realize has been touched by the threads, and it's like infected as it then propagates. And see, I used a key word from our session. It starts to cut your arms. All right. I think everyone has gone. Now, what you can do is there's a thing called a group move. And so this sort of simulates the whole idea of like so the person is kind of out of harm's way. The teacher's essentially saved. So you could do like a combo thing here. And one person leads, and they get to roll for 1 die for everyone participating to try to do like a finisher if someone wants to lead that off in a great, amazing manner.
Yuki, you want to?
Yuki points her spear at this thing. She goes, "Everybody, the stars will align tonight. Let's do this." As she leads us into our group formation to attack all at once.
Okay, everyone, tell me what part of your formation this is. You do.
Zim gets down on a knee, she puts the katana, which is light, she can still hold it. She puts there's the thing where you put the katana in front of the eyes, and she looks through the katana to find every single weak point and just starts calling out to everybody.
Oh, yeah, starts
Clear to
going
hit.
ding, 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 ding.
Yeah.
Yeah, all along Kaibo's seamless.
Yeah.
Next.
Haruka would just do kind of do the same thing she did before. Start doing the basketballs bouncing around, so to just give whoever's attacking different footholds, so they can come down with an even greater force.
Amazing. Next.
Kyoka is pulling her bow, and and there's the string of her bow, and there are multiple like small arrows that she's aiming at the smaller parts of this uniform to give everyone the focus they need on the central thing.
Oh. Very cool. Then I think Yuki kind of initiated, so then I think Keiko's anything you want to do.
Yeah, sure. Who's the sponsor of this episode?
Kosher salt, Keiko. Kosher salt.
I'm going to create help me create a fictional anime beverage real quick.
I'll just do ramune.
What?
Akatsuki ramune.
Ramune.
Okay.
It's a carbonated beverage, and it's known for being in a glass bottle, and you have to pop out the.
I'll tell you what. I'm going to call this Starburst Soda. All
There
right?
you go.
There you go.
So she notices that Yuki has invoked the power of the team building exercise, and she, being the big sister she is, she reaches into her bag and she starts taking out these energy drinks of Starburst Soda, and she's handing them off as each character passes her by. Like, here you go, here you go, here you go. And they're all in their unique flavor. So Kyoka gets the green one, and Haruka gets the blue one, Zen gets the golden one, Yuki gets the red one. And so that's how she's contributed.
Keiko's the team manager. Got it.
Yay. So then you get to roll 5d6.
5d6. Let's do this, guys. Ready? Blink. 6.
Okay. So it gets in. Oh yeah.
The only thing I did not get was a 4.
Nice.
As the cans glow, as the energy empowers the weapons, your blows turn into a whirlwind of time and blaze and fire as it hits the uniform, and deactivated Akafe drops and vibrates on the floor and loses power as it goes. Akatsuki, we will come for you. And with that,
Time for them to go.
we immediately kind of go to Fusuka. She looks up at Keiko and she grabs her hand tightly. I can be your friends, right?
Yes. Here, try a Starburst. Posing for the screen, obviously.
All right. And to the nature of this for today, we're going to, that's an abbreviated Fallout, where you get a new companion from doing your mission well. And many of the other things that we would go through in a regular campaign, we're going to table for now. So quite a few people log on, anyone watch it, and if you put in points and did tips and did all the fun stuff, thank you so much. We're going to be playing some Dungeons and some Dragons in about an hour and a half. Thank you for joining for our Girl by Moonlight one-shot, and we will see you again some other time. Bye.
May the stars be with you.